exciting moment for the Richardsons and the family as a whole to get to see the two of them together.
Less than 2 hits per 7 innings for Hyatt Richardson. He's got a little more velocity than the starters we saw in our first game. He has touched 90 miles an hour in his career, regularly sits 85 to 87. And his first pitch is up high for ball 1 to Jax Lowry, the shortstop for the Royals. Lafayette was the runner-ups at the 1A level last year, as that one's poured in for a strike 1-1. Losing to Chipley High School. The Hornets have won 1 baseball state championship. That was in 2016. As the curveball misses low for ball 2, and right away, Andrew, some of the best stuff we've seen so far this week.
And it's jumping out of his hand right out of the gate for Richardson.
2-1 is popped up right side of the infield. Lamb comes in from first, now into fair ground. He backs up and makes the catch, battling that brisk wind we have here today.
And the wind howling out to right field, and the wind changed directions about halfway through our first game earlier. It started off a light breeze to left, and since it is a full gust out to right field. So that's a big factor for the defenses. We saw a couple of pop-ups drop in the game earlier, in part due to that heavy wind.
So now it's Ethan McDonald, the senior left fielder, and he takes a breaking ball for strike 1. McDonald, a 5-year starter for this Royals team. Here comes the 0-1, and it's lined foul into the screen, strike 2. Jay has not won a regional in baseball since 2010, and their only baseball state championship came way back in 1970. 0-2 pitch, line towards second, and a diving catch made by Taylor. McDonald able to square up the velocity, but Taylor brings in out number 2.
And the second baseman getting a well-deserved high five from the shortstop Bird as we take a look at it again. On the backhand side, just reached and snared away the hit, as that was easily going to find the grass in right center field had it gotten by him.
Now it's Nick Baxley, the first baseman, and he swings and misses at a pitch down for strike 1. Baxley, just a sophomore, swings and misses, strike 2. Did hit 400 this year, OPS right around 1,000 for the sophomore. 0-2, line foul, another fastball from Richardson, and he is bringing it. Just off the naked eye, we don't have a radar gun working here this week, but at least 4 or 5 miles an hour harder than anyone we saw in game 1. 0-2 rolled out to second. This one easier for Taylor. Bobbles it but recovers, and the throw is true. It's a 1-2-3 10-pitch inning for Hyatt Richardson as the Hornets hit the bat rack when we return on the NFHS network. Bottom of the first from Fort Myers, no score in our second 1A semifinal as we look at the starting lineup for the Hornets of Lafayette High in Mayo, Florida. It'll be the catcher, Braden Richardson, to lead it off, followed by the right fielder, J.T. Cook. Garrett Taylor bats third. He just made 2 plays at second base. The pitcher, Hyatt Richardson, bats cleanup. Trevor Bird is in the 5-hole at short. The first baseman, Noah Lamb, hits 6th. Lathan Gerard bats 7th and left. The DH today is Kagan Hewitt. He bats 8th, and Taiwan Williamson rounds it out in center field as we look at the defense for the Royals. In the outfield, left to right, it goes McDonald, Sheehan, and Norris. Peden at third with Lowry at short. Morris handles second base, and Nick Baxley is at first with Starosta in the crouch, working with Landon Golden, who has outstanding numbers on the J side of things.
Yes, both starting pitchers today, John. Sub-1 ERAs. Golden a 0.83 ERA, a 7-0 record in 10 appearances, 50 2/3 innings of work, 58 Ks, and just 6 walks for Golden. So low on-base percentage against him.
And only a sophomore as he spins one outside for ball 1 to Braden Richardson. Left on left to start the day here in the bottom of the first. That one fisted in the air, shallow center field. Long run out there, and the second baseman, Morris, drops it. Great effort on a lunging catch out in shallow center, but it'll be a base hit for Richardson.
So Taylor makes the highlight play in the top of the first, and then Morris just has it kick out of his glove and trying to avoid the collision with Sheehan there, and luckily no one hurt on the first play as we saw an injury on the first pitch of the game in Game 1 with Moses, who was able to stay in. But scary starts to the game for both matchups here.
And that was collision territory out there. Now it's JT Cook, the right fielder. And JT takes a changeup on the outside corner, strike one. Today, our first of 8 days here at the FHSAA State Championships. 0-1. Breaking ball, just missed up and away for ball one. These are the 1A semis. The championship game will be tomorrow at 4 p.m. It'll be the winner of this against Bozeman High, the team that just won our first semifinal, 10-0 on mercy rule in 5 innings. Throw to first, not in time. Cook, a .328 hitter on the season. Lafayette, more of a pitching team than a hitting team. The 1-1 is a bunt pulled back and taken high for ball two. Just a .263 team average with a .702 OPS. The teams that qualify for this tournament generally are batting over 300 and have an OPS over 800, sometimes even higher than that. As this one's popped up a mile high behind shortstop. Lowry out, Sheehan calls him off and makes the catch for out number one. But obviously Hyatt Richardson's pitching, followed up by Taylor and Braden Richardson, the top 3 pitchers for Lafayette, have led them to this point. And there is Garrett Taylor, who's at second base. Left-hand hitter batting with a man at first and one out. The lefty comes home. Breaking ball fouled off into the third base stands. A nice contingent here from Lafayette. Really, both teams have some fans here. Neither of these teams local. Lafayette in Mayo, Florida, which is 63 miles northwest of Gainesville, kind of in between Gainesville and Tallahassee. 0-1 breaking ball is in for strike two. Meanwhile, Jay has the longest trip of any of the 21 teams in this tournament. They are on the Alabama border in the far northwest corner of the state. 0-2, reached for and fouled off again. So for them, being 42 miles north of Pensacola, it is over an 8-hour drive to get to Fort Myers.
8-hour regular drive, or are we talking a bus trip, which is probably then going to be 9?
Yeah, probably 9 on that bus. Here's the 0-2. Fouled off again. Good battle here from Garrett Taylor.
And a lot of the fans here, you won't necessarily see them in the lower bowl, even with the cloudy skies. Most of the fans are in the upper seating area just to avoid the direct sunlight for this midday matchup.
The temperature in the mid to upper 80s. And we've got a balk call. That pitch will not count. The base umpire called it. The pitch won't count, and Richardson goes to second base. No argument either from the Royals. Left-hander sets and deals, and it's lined into right field. That's going to get down in front of Norris. They will hold Richardson at third as the throw comes in. First and third and only one out for the Hornets.
And both lefties reaching against Golden. Pair of base hits as two of the first 4 batters have hit from the left side against him.
And now it's the opposing pitcher, Hyatt Richardson, who bats with 2 on, trying to help his own cause. First pitch, swing and a miss on a high one for strike one. We just saw his live arm on the mound, now trying to make it count with the bat. You can see there, no batting gloves for Hyatt. 0-1. Lined up the middle, coming in and making the catches. Morris, and they will get a double play. Taylor was running. It's a twin killing for the Royals, and they keep Lafayette off the board. We go to the second in a scoreless game on the NFHS Network. You are watching live coverage of the FHSAA Baseball Championships on the NFHS Network. NFHSnetwork.com/FHSAA. Your destination for the most comprehensive coverage of Florida high school playoff action. John Vitas, Andrew Pauling with you here from Fort Myers, Florida. Middle third of the order coming up for Jay. There you see the Lafayette fans in attendance today. Not all of them. That's just some of the group that has come down about a 4-hour drive from that Gainesville, Tallahassee region. Right in the middle between those two college towns. And Hornets had a chance to score there in the first, but a fortunate double play for the Royals. A line drive right at, I shouldn't say right at, but a ball that Morris came in to make the play on. Kind of came into the grass, made the catch, and with the hit and run on, it was an easy double play. So Godwin will lead it off for Jay. He's the DH. This is a Royals team as the first pitch is low that started the season really slow, 4-6 to begin the year, and have gone 13-4 since. 1-0 is low for ball two. A 12-3 win at Holmes County in the regional semis. Holmes County's been here just about every year in recent memory. Here's the 2-0, and it's drilled out to right and deep. Cook going back, and he will run it down just in front of the warning track in deep right field. Godwin put a charge in it, but it's the first down.
And that 12 runs scored against Holmes County, that was the most runs scored by any team in the district portion as they tried to get here to the state semifinals. Most of those were fairly low-scoring affairs. That was the only double-digit scoring game.
Yeah, 3-1 in the regional finals against Paxton. That's more like it, what we're used to seeing. The first pitch is in for a strike to Morris. But because Jay is so far up in the corner of the state, they did not play any of these other three state tournament teams in the regular season. Swing and a miss, strike two, overpowering them with a fastball. Meanwhile, Lafayette has played. Here's the 0-2, and it's down and away. They played Trenton twice, so there was some familiarity in the bracket, but not between these teams, and not between whoever Jay plays. 1-2, chopped on the ground, foul. I will say, Andrew, this is an overpowering upper 80s fastball from Richardson. That these Royals hitters are ready for it. They are gearing up, and they are making contact.
And they must have had a good scouting report there to get things started against Richardson.
That one up and in for ball two.
Knowing to look for that electric fastball. As a sophomore last year, Richardson a 2.33 ERA, and now as a junior this year, the .47 ERA.
Front door curve is a called strike three, and there is the first strikeout for Hyatt Richardson.
Yeah, so he dropped his ERA by nearly 2 full runs, although it was impressive enough as a sophomore last year. Here's another look at his first strikeout, and just dots the inside corner with the breaker.
Now it's Landon Golden, the opposing pitcher, and he rolls one right to shortstop. 3 hops right to Bird. He scoops it up and makes a good throw. In order go the Royals. Middle of the second, still no score in our 1A semifinals. Some more Hornets fans. The students down by home plate, braving the elements down there near the field.
And I don't think there's one hat in that entire group, at least the first couple rows. Somebody back in row 5 or 6 does have a hat on, but those are some bright, sunny conditions. Might see some red faces to match the shirts by the end of the day.
Got to wear your sunscreen here in Fort Myers in mid-May. It can get hot. It is today, but you see some more fans there in the background behind the dugout. Good support for the Hornets, which is something that their head coach Tim Hansen talked about. He said that the community is really supportive of this team. The kids are really close. And he said that last year's team was his most powerful team, and this is his 11th season with Lafayette, and he feels like this team is poised to get back to the state final. Swing and a miss to Trevor Bird for strike one. Again, runner-ups last year. Bozeman, the runner-ups the year before. So we could see a matchup of 2 runner-ups in the finals if the Hornets win this game. Scoreless right now as Golden misses outside 1-1.
I believe that is what you would call the ultimate second chance.
Yeah, the champion is not here. That one's down and in, ball 2. Chipley knocked out in the regional finals. Holmes County knocked out in the regional semis. Those are the teams that have won it the last couple years. 2-1 pitch to Golden. Line foul into the seats. Able to time up the changeup there, but got underneath it. Yeah, Chipley defeated Lafayette last year. Holmes County over Bozeman the year before. 2-2. Looped out towards left center, coming across McDonald. He dives, but it's off his glove and into center field. Unbelievable effort by McDonald, but it's a single for Trevor Bird.
And leadoff hits in each of the first 2 innings now for the Hornets, and a great job by Sheehan in center field to back that play up. And he might have thrown it a little wildly back into the infield, but he quickly got rid of it, and that helps to hold Bird to the leadoff single.
Now it's Noah Lamb, the first baseman. Just to put a bow on the recent champions, 2021, it was Newberry over Chipley. So we're going to have a 4th champion in as many years. So 4 different schools since COVID, when there was no championship in 2020, which is nice to see. Of course, the 1A bracket is the rural designation. Here's the pitch, and it's in the dirt. You cannot be in a metro area, and the enrollment's got to be somewhat low as now the runner moves up. Starosta a little stunned by that ball, and it was out in front of home plate.
Yeah, he never had any clue where it was. He did a full 360, never picked up the ball, and it ends up being Golden who has to come in all the way from the mound, and Bird could have walked to second base.
So it'll go as a wild pitch, and the potential go-ahead run is in scoring position for Lafayette. That one looped foul over the netting on the first base side, strike 2. Lamb is one of the pitchers on the staff as well. Was driven in 16 runs offensively. Spin and a throw to second base, and the runner dives in safely. That's Bird. Here's the pitch, and the changeup just missed outside, ball 2. The kick and the pitch. Looped out to right towards the line. Norris racing over. He's not going to get there. It lands in fair. Bird had to hold on the looper, so he'll stop at third. And for the second consecutive inning, Lafayette has runners at the corners.
And that was a good job by Bird to see that ball down and in fair territory down the right field line, and knowing that he could take third if Norris had to leave his feet to make the catch. As we get another look at the single, just dropping in, perfectly placed.
And now a chance for the Hornets to get on the board after they missed an opportunity in the first. This is Lathan Gerard, and the first pitch to him is a strike. Left-hander set. Now the pitch. A bunt back to the mound. Here comes the runner. Flip to the plate, the tag, and they got him. Out at home plate on a 1-2 putout. Starosta was kind of guarding the plate a little bit, but able to get the tag down on the shoulder in time.
Yeah, and Jax Lowry, who was not involved in that play, goes all the way over to cover third. And that prevented Lamb from going first to third, as there was nobody else even on that side of the infield. So you see the feed to the plate there. And, yeah, he did block the plate. Might have gotten away with that one. But a good job by the Royal infield to cover all the bases and limit any potential damage on that play.
Here's Hewitt, the DH, and he takes outside, ball 1. Hard-working inning for Golden. Only 10 pitches needed in the first. He's already up to 14 here in the second. Only 1 out. Here's the pitch, and it's a strike, 1-1. Golden undefeated on the season. Of course, would love to keep it that way in the biggest game of the year. The pitch is popped up behind first. Baxley into foul ground, and he makes an over-the-shoulder catch. He did not have it measured at the beginning there, but was able to adjust and use that big first baseman's glove to reel it in.
Yeah, completely over the shoulder, wide receiver style. He undercut it a little bit out of the gate, as we see here. And then just a great adjustment, and he threw the glove out and found the ball at the last second.
So with 2 outs now, it's all left to Williamson, the 9-hole hitter. First pitch is a strike, 0-1.
And also just having the awareness to quickly turn around and look at the infield, because, again, that keeps Lamb off of third.
0-1. Swing and a miss, strike 2. In our first game today, Bozeman had a chance to blow it open early, and in the first, second, and third, they were limited to just 1 run at the most, and then they finally blew it open in the middle innings. 0-2. Swing and a miss. Beautiful curveball by Golden, and he keeps this game scoreless. Andrew Pauling will take over the play-by-play in the third in a scoreless ball game.
Welcome back on the NFHS Network. We're in the top of the third inning between the Jay Royals and the Lafayette Hornets in a scoreless game. It's the bottom third due up for Jay. Wyatt Peden, Grayson Sheehan, and Ryan Starosta due up. 2 seniors and a junior at the bottom of the lineup for the Royals that do not have a freshman starting at all in this game. 2 sophomores and then 7 combined juniors and seniors. And John, in the game earlier today, both lineups were filled with freshmen, and it's a real veteran group here for the Royals in this one.
Yeah, you'll see some teams in this tournament with almost all seniors. So I would say it's a more middle-of-the-pack J team in terms of experience, and then the other 3 teams in this bracket are just simply very young, which bodes well for the future of 1A. Some really good teams, everybody coming in with a strong record. J 17-10, but they're hot. And then you have Lafayette and Bozeman, the top 2 seeds, who are very highly ranked in the state of Florida with single-digit losses.
Here's Wyatt Peden set to lead off the top of the third. He takes a breaking ball for strike 1. Peden, a .219 hitter in 27 games this year. He's played every game as he lines this one down the first base line and into the right field corner, out of the reach of the diving Lamb. Cook cuts it off in front of the corner and gets it into second, but it's a leadoff double for Peden. And that's the first base runner of the game after Hyatt Richardson went 6 up and 6 down on 20 pitches across the first 2 innings.
And despite how impressive Richardson has been, we did make the comment in the last inning that Jay still taking really nice swings against him. They are right on that heavy fastball, and if you make enough contact, eventually a ball is going to find a hole, and this is a good example. He was beat, overpowered by that fastball, but able to keep it inside the line.
Here's Grayson Sheehan, the junior center fielder. Big opposite field shift. He bunts it third base side. Richardson, bare hand, fires to first. Covering is the second baseman Taylor, and it's off of his glove and towards the dugout. As Peden comes in to score, and the Royals take a 1-0 lead. Sheehan at second base after the sacrifice attempt.
A great bunt, and fortunate for Jay that it went in. The throw went into the runner there. A fantastic play by Taylor, the second baseman, to save it from going into the dugout, but fortunate there, the ball kicked away, and Jay strikes first. They've got the lead. A double and a well-executed bunt.
I'll wait to see how they score that play. As Ryan Starosta, the senior catcher, bunts one back towards the mound. Richardson goes to third with it, and out at third base is Sheehan. Jamie Van Dousen, our third base umpire, right on top of the play to make that call for the first out of the inning.
The last play, I think, will be a sacrifice and an error. This one will be a fielder's choice, 1-5, and that was a really close play at third. I thought he might have got the foot in. You can be the judge here. It's another look. Bunts pretty much right back to the pitcher, which is not what you want. And a nice swipe tag by Heron.
Excellently done there by the infield as the Royals are ahead by 1. Starosta at first. Top of the order for Jax Lowry. Lowry popped up to first base to start the game. He takes this one for an inside strike, and it's 1-1 on the sophomore shortstop. Lowry leading the team with a .422 average on the season. 38 hits, 28 runs scored. And the 1-1 home is in there for a strike. It's 1-2. Richardson comes set on the mound, and the pitch home is lined the other way. A base hit for Lowry. Second hit of the inning for the Royals. The throw goes to third, and there's men on first and second for Ethan McDonald.
Oh, this is going to turn into a test of Hyatt Richardson's off-speed pitches because they are squaring up the fastball. Again, up to 90 miles an hour, sits more 85 to 88. But it is firm, and it's downhill, but these J hitters are ready for it. And now it's a matter of whether Hyatt can change speeds and throw strikes with the other pitches. He showed a decent breaking ball in this game, but he's going to need that and probably a changeup, too, to be successful.
Here's Ethan McDonald, the senior left fielder, 0 for 1 with a line out to second on a nice play made by Taylor back in the first. First pitch home, fastball misses high, 1-0. McDonald, a .330 hitter on the year. Third on the team with 30 hits. Second on the team with 7 doubles and 27 runs scored on the year. He's been a consistent producer as he cuts through the curveball, and it's 1-1. And 3 of 4 reaching in this inning. Well, all 4 reached with 1 out on the base pass after 6 up and 6 down against Richardson across the first 2 innings. The 1-1 home is chopped to third, foul, and it's 1-2 on McDonald.
Oh, that could be the equalizer for Richardson. Really nice curveball there. Good downward bite and a very defensive swing from McDonald. And now maybe the fastball is a better pitch because of that curve.
Now the 1-2 home, and he gets another breaking ball, swing and a miss. Runner goes down the first base line, just trying to draw a throw. But that is a strikeout, and it's the second K for Richardson. And now there are 2 outs for Nick Baxley, the sophomore first baseman. One of just 2 sophomores in this starting lineup, along with the pitcher Golden.
There's another look at that curveball in the dirt. A lot of downward tilt.
First pitch to Baxley, swing and a miss, and it's 0-1. He grounded out to second base his first time up. Baxley second on the team with a .407 average on the year. That's a Royal offense that has hit .316 as a group, and it's 0-2 on Baxley. The 0-2 home is fouled away, and Baxley's at bat continues. For the Hornets, a .263 team average, so about 50 points in separation there between the two. Richardson glance back at second. The 0-2 home. Outside, 1 ball, 2 strikes on Baxley.
Baxley looks really comfortable, taking a really nice turn at bat here. Zeroed in on Richardson.
Outfield with a slight shift to the pull side. The 1-2 is inside, 2-2 now. Sarosta at second, Lowry at first. 1 run already in for the Royals. And the 2-2 outside, a full count for Baxley. First full count against Hyatt Richardson. So both runners will get a jump start. Bird near the bag at second, and the payoff home is fouled back. We'll do it again.
These are outstanding swings, outstanding plate control here from Nick Baxley. Really like how he takes his at-bats, and will get the pitch count up to 40 here for Richardson.
Now 20 pitches across the first 2 innings, and now 20 here in the third alone. The payoff home is in the air to center field. Williamson drifts back and is under it. He'll make the catch to retire the side. But the Royals strike first. 1 run on 2 hits after the leadoff double from Peden as he came around to score the game's first run. 2 left on for Jay as we head to the bottom of the third. Bottom of the third inning here at the Lee Health Sports Complex, and it'll be the top of the order due up for the Hornets. Andrew Pauling alongside John Vitas, happy to be with you here for the 1A state semifinals on the NFHS network. Braden Richardson, JT Cook, and Garrett Taylor set to bat here in the bottom of the third, with the Hornets trailing by 1. And this trio went 2 for 3 their first time through the lineup. Richardson and Taylor both had singles, and Cook had a flyout, as they'll face Landon Golden for the second time, who worked out of a jam last inning. The first 2 batters recorded hits for the Hornets, but a fielder's choice, a pop-up and a strikeout later. Lafayette failed to take advantage of a big second inning. Now the count 0-1 on Richardson. Braden leading the team with a .357 average on the year, and he skies that one foul. It's 0-2. These top 3 Hornets in the lineup card are the top 3 in batting average as well. The 0-2 home is off the end of the bat into shallow right field, but playable for Norris, who is there and makes the catch for the first out.
Hey, Golden looking good, has now retired 4 in a row and pitching with a lead for the first time.
And both pitchers with the sub-1 ERAs, so 2 or 3 runs could very well win you this game. Here's JT Cook, 0 for 1 with a fly out to center. He takes ball 1 inside.
Well, there's a chance I think that 1 run possibly wins you this game. You mentioned it earlier, the Hornets, not the best offensive numbers in the tournament, just a .263 team average, only 5 home runs. They've got to string hits together.
The 1-0 to Cook, inside 2-0. JT hitting .328 on the year. That's the 3rd best average here for the Hornets. He does lead the team with 29 runs scored. That one's going to hit him in the back, and that'll put a runner aboard. That ends the streak of 4 in a row retired by Golden. And now a 1-out base runner for Garrett Taylor.
Well, we've already seen Cook fly in the outfield. He went and got a ball down the line really quickly, came in to make a catch. So they will have to pay attention to him at first base.
Cook does lead the team with 16 stolen bases. He's 16 for 18 on the season. Lefty on the mound, so a difficult chance to run. First pitch home, breaking ball catches the inside corner, 0-1 on Garrett Taylor, who's hitting .345 on the year, the team leader in hits and runs batted in. Second on the Hornet offense in average. The 0-1 home. Missed inside, he dances out of the way, and it's 1-1. Big lead at first for Cook. And the pitch home. Fastball away, it's 2-1, and Cook is the only Hornet with 10-plus stolen bases this year. By comparison, the Royals have 5 starters with 10 or more steals. They've stolen 101 bases as a team. The Hornets, 69 steals. That pick at first, in without a slide, is Cook. A little risky there with the big primary lead he has. Now the 2-1 home. Swing and a miss, 2-2 on Taylor.
Yeah, against the lefty, that's definitely a risk. You've got to guess right, feel good against his leg kick. But he is taking a big lead over there.
See if Golden goes to a slide step here. Still the high leg raise. The 2-2 home, fouled back, and Taylor stays alive.
It does seem like Golden's getting better as he goes here, just with his location. He's getting the break on pretty much every pitch the way he wants it.
Runner goes, the 2-2 home, grounded to first, off of the glove of Baxley and down the right field line. Cook is at third. They put the stop sign on. He almost runs through it and has to spin all the way back. Taylor 2 for 2 with a pair of singles, and there are men on the corners for the Hornets in the third. Tying run just 90 feet away with 1 out.
Great effort by Baxley. Just one of those balls where you throw the glove out there and hope you get it, but it caught enough of a divot to kick up over his glove. He might have even gotten a piece of it down that first base line. As we get another look here, yeah, it definitely did clip the glove. And a huge spot now for Lafayette.
It is ruled a single for Taylor. 5 hits now for the Hornets. Hyatt Richardson, the pitcher, is up to hit. And he takes a ball inside, 1-0. Richardson lined into a tough luck double play to end things in the first. That was also with men at first and third with 2 outs. So he's back up again in a similar spot, except now his team's trailing by 1. The 1-0 home. Outside, called a strike, runner goes, and that'll be a stolen base for Garrett Taylor. Now 2 in scoring position, and the double play out of order, which should allow Richardson to loosen up a little.
Yeah, that's a big base. Jay not risking anything by throwing down. Now they'll concede the lead on a grounder anywhere but third. Third baseman still even with the bag.
The 1-1. Richardson cranks it down the left field line, and a fair ball into the corner. That'll give the Hornets the lead. 2 come in to score. Richardson cruises into second with a stand-up double, and the Hornets take a 2-1 lead in the bottom of the third.
Hyatt Richardson helping himself, waited back on that breaking ball down and in and laced it into the left field corner here at Hammond Stadium. He'll be lifted for a runner. That's Trevor Maris coming in. But Richardson delivers and keeps it fair down that left field line.
Yeah, so much power there. That one was hooking towards the line, and it just stayed fair. Maybe a foot and a half inside the line. Trevor Bird at the plate now. He singled leading off the second inning. And he takes ball 1 down low.
And by the way, Andrew, Cook and Taylor can absolutely fly. They were rounding the bases as quick as you'll see.
Maris, the pinch runner at second. The 1-0 home. Fouled back, 1-1. Golden looks back at second. The 1-1 coming home is away. It's 2-1.
Pitch count mounting now for Golden. He was at 26 pitches through 2. He's now up to 44 pitches with just 1 out in the third.
Now the 2-1 home. Catches the corner, 2-2 on Bird.
He's got a nice feel for that changeup. That's a pitch that you don't see many high schoolers master, and it's a weapon for him.
Nobody holding closely at second. The 2-2 home is off the plate. That's a full count now for Trevor Bird. First full count against Golden. 6 hits against him, 2 in each inning, as this one's on the ground into right field. An opposite field single for Bird. They send the runner from second. Relay to the plate is in time. 9-3-2 on the putout by the Hornets, by the Royals, who cut down a run at the plate, and that is a great defensive play all the way around.
Really aggressive send by Tim Hansen. Maris was just getting to third as Norris fielded that ball, and a good relay by Baxley. Maris made it close, but that was a risk that they probably would have, in hindsight, not taken.
Yeah, you had to execute the relay perfectly. The throw came in right as Maris was starting his dive into the plate. So it was about as close as it gets at home. That's now 3 straight hits by the Hornets, and now an 0-1 count on Noah Lamb, who singled the other way his first time up.
Well, Tim Hansen's been around the block. He knows that more often than not, when you take a chance like that, it pays off.
Yeah, force the other team to execute. 0-2 now after the curveball from Golden, who is now just a strike away from getting out of this inning with just the 2 runs. Runner goes from first. The pitch home, grounded softly on the left side, backhanded by the shortstop Lowry. Long throw across, and safe at first base is Lamb. He beats it out. Bird goes first to third on the whole play as he had time to go after the throw from Lowry.
First base umpire was all over that one. He signaled the juggle as Baxley tried to pick it out of the dirt, caught it off the heel of the glove, and then played kind of catch with it with himself, and so he didn't have control. And Lamb comes across the bag in time. There you can see that little bobble, and he picked it up with the bare hand. So that might be an error, but either way, the inning continues.
Frank Zitaglio, our first base umpire, right on top of that call. as the first pitch is in there for a strike to Lathan Gerard. Yeah, it was bobbled on both ends. Lowry bobbled it out of the gate. Baxley bobbled it on the receiving end. And it is ruled an error on the scoreboard. 0-2 now on Gerard.
Yeah, whether that's a two-seamer or a changeup, it is diving on these Lafayette hitters.
Runners at first and third. 2 runs in the inning. The 0-2 home is popped foul. It stays 0-2. So 5 straight have reached after the leadoff fly out from Richardson. And the second out, of course, coming at the plate when Hyatt Richardson was gunned down, or the pinch runner Maris for Richardson at that point. Now the 0-2. Away, 1-2 on Gerard.
It's a good location on 0-2, but you got to remember the pitch counts here are a factor.
Lathan is the 7th man to bat in the inning. The 1-2 pitch misses outside, 2-2.
Golden's only a sophomore, so likely limited to just 95 pitches by rule, and he's approaching 60 now. He's at 56 at the moment.
He's approaching 40 in this inning alone. Runner goes from first. The 2-2 is a called strike 3. Gerard down looking. Golden picks up his second strikeout, but not before the Hornets take their first lead. 2 runs on 3 hits for Lafayette, and it's a 2-1 Hornet advantage as we go on to the 4th. Digital copy button under the event video player to download a digital copy of the event right on your computer. We thank you for tuning in on the NFHS network. As we're in the top of the 4th, it's a 2-1 Hornets lead, both teams scoring in their respective halves of the 3rd. For the Royals in the 4th, it's 4, 5, and 6. Godwin, Morris, and Golden due up for Jay. 1 run on 2 hits, 2 left in the 3rd against Hyatt Richardson, who's at 41 pitches. 10 in each of the first 2 innings, and then 21 last inning. First pitch of the 4th is down and in for ball 1 to Godwin. Godwin 3rd on the team with a .360 average on the season as it evens up at 1-1 on the junior designated hitter.
He really squared one up his first time to the plate. Flew out to deep right.
The 1-1 home. Check swing, foul. It's 1-2.
He looks like a guy in the very small group of players in this tournament that could hit one over the fence.
It definitely has the frame for it. The 1-2 home. Off the hands to second base. Softly hit. Taylor charges in and lobs over to first. A closer play than that could have been, and a 4-3 putout to start things in the 4th.
Yeah, Godwin really hustling. Give him credit. Almost beat that out. Those are tough as a second baseman because it's such a short throw. You don't want to gun it over there and surprise your first baseman.
Now you have to find a way to make that 40-foot throw accurately and still get it there in a hurry at the same point without blowing it by. Here's Morris, 0 for 1 with a backwards K back in the 2nd inning. He's ahead 1-0 here against Richardson. Hayden hitting .254 in 26 games. The 1-0 down and in off the foot of our home plate umpire, Keith Kieser. And that's why home plate umpires wear steel-toed boots. That got him right off the front of the toes. You're still going to feel it a little bit, but the heavy-duty boots should help out there.
It just needs a minute.
Yeah, so Richardson out to talk things over with his cousin Hyatt and giving our home plate umpire a little reprieve. He's saying it went off more of his leg area, pointing around his knee, so did not, in fact, hit the steel-toed boots, and that'll hurt a little more then.
Yes.
Well, we're ready to go. It's 2-0 on Hayden Morris. And Morris pops it into center field. Williamson is under it and makes the catch for out number 2.
And again, this is all solid contact for Jay against a dominant pitcher, one of the best pitchers in the entire state of Florida. They are taking some nice at-bats, and it is certainly a possibility they can score again against him.
Here's Landon Golden 0 for 1 with a ground out to short, one of 2 lefties in this Royal lineup. And he takes down and in. It bounces away from Richardson, 1-0. Hyatt winds and deals, and the pitch is a fastball, a called strike. It's 1-1. The 1-1 home, dots the outside corner, 1-2 on Landon Golden. And the 1-2 from Richardson. Just missing 2 balls and 2 strikes to the opposing pitcher. Hyatt right back to work, the 2-2 home. Breaking ball, top of the zone, just missed again. A full count now for Golden. And the payoff pitch from Richardson is lined up the middle, backhanded by Taylor. Throw to first is right on the money. Another 4-3 putout. 5 in a row sat down by Hyatt Richardson as he retires the side in order in the top of the 4th. We go to the bottom of the 4th. It's still a 2-1 Hornet lead. Bottom of the 4th inning, and it's 8-9-1 due up for the Hornets. Kagan Hewitt, Tywin Williamson, and Braden Richardson set to bat for the Hornets here in inning number 4. And well, here's how Lafayette got here. They had a 1-0 win over Madison County and then a 4-0 win over Union County. So a pair of shutout victories for the Hornets to pave their way to the Final Four here in the 1A state tournament.
And so if you combine today's game, that is now 18 innings pitched and only 5 hits allowed by Lafayette's pitchers.
First pitch of the inning is in there for strike 1 to Hewitt, and it's 0-1 on the DH.
And just the 1 run that they've allowed today. Back-to-back shutouts.
Grounded to third, past the diving Peden and down the left field line. Hewitt makes the turn at first, but he'll hold up there with a leadoff single. And for the 3rd time in 4 innings, the Hornets have the leadoff man aboard.
Oh, they just continue to put nice swings together, racking up the hits against Golden, a guy who's not easy to hit. I thought Peden did a good job there, making a quick reaction and a great effort down that line, but just barely beyond his reach.
Here's Tywin Williamson, the center fielder, 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Hitting a .193 on the year, and he bunts it foul, 0-1.
Andrew, in that regional semifinal, Lafayette advanced on a walk-off balk.
Whew.
The Madison County pitcher had gone the distance in that game. They were in the 7th and final inning, and he balked in the winning run.
Oh, that's heartbreaking to go 7 and end your season in that way.
Mm-hmm. And Hyatt Richardson had thrown 6 hitless innings in that game.
Williamson squares back around, lengthy pause for Golden, who fires home, and the pitch is taken for a strike as he pulled back, and it's 0-2.
So imagine going into the 7th inning with a no-hitter, but it's also tied and your season's on the line.
A little bit of stress there.
Yeah.
Pick at first, in safely is Hewitt. Third baseman Peden still in front of the bag, anticipating maybe a 2-strike bunt attempt from Williamson, who squared around on the first 2 pitches. He doesn't here, and it's outside for ball 1.
Starosta's done that a number of times now, set up on the opposite batter's box on 0-2. He's on the edge of the plate here.
Now the 1-2 home, breaking ball just off the plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Williamson. Golden hand set at the chest, the 2-2 home. Grounded softly up the middle, Morris to second for 1, Lowry over to Baxley for 2. And the 4-6-3 double play turned by the Royals erases the leadoff hit.
That was really nicely done. Taylor made up the middle, but a very short flip from Morris to Lowry, a feathery touch on that flip.
Yeah, just a smooth turn by the middle infield. Lowry, a nice job in transition to catch, shuffle the feet, and fire to first, all in one motion. Here's Braden Richardson, who's 1 for 2 with a single and a flyout, and he's ahead 1-0. Top of the lineup for the Hornets now. 2 times through is Golden. And it's 2-0 on Richardson. Lafayette with 8 hits through the first 2 2/3, or 3 2/3, as that's taken outside 3-0. So 8 out of the first 18 to bat record hits. The 3-0 is in there for a strike, 3-1 on Richardson. Golden trying to battle back. The 3-1 pitch is low, ball 4, and that's the first walk issued by Landon Golden, and the first walk overall by either starting pitcher.
Yeah, both starters have been tremendous, and not walking people, obviously critical in a game like this that you know is going to be close and low scoring. I believe that's Pearson Bass going to run at first base.
Bass, the courtesy runner for the catcher Richardson. As we have a meeting on the mound here with most of the Royals infield. Lowry, Morris, and Baxley are all there. Peden now joins the party a little late.
And even though a lot of the catchers at this level run well, for Braden Richardson, just to get out of the sun for a few minutes and get the gear on in the shade with the fan blowing in there is helpful, because you've got to be on your game behind the plate in a 2-1 game with your season on the line, and a no-brainer to bring Bass in.
Even if it is only 2 minutes off of his feet right now, instead of running the base pass with 2 outs, you get him a chance to get out there and start warming up. Hyatt Richardson at a normal time instead of the pitcher having to wait on him to get out to begin with. So it just speeds and cleans everything up all in one go. So Bass leads at first. J.T. Cook, who's 0 for 1 with a hit by pitch, is at the plate. And he takes ball 1 away. Cook did come around to score last inning on the double from Hyatt Richardson. Runner goes. Pitch is hit on the ground to short, and Lowry takes it to second base. 6 unassisted, retires the side for the Hornets. Still a 2-1 Hornet lead. When we come back for the 5th inning, John Vitas is back on the call for the play-by-play.
Coming to you live from Fort Myers as we start the 5th inning. High school sports fans, never miss another game. Become a subscriber to the NFHS Network to watch live event coverage, game replays, and highlights from high school sporting events across the country. Millions of athletes, thousands of games, one destination, NFHSnetwork.com. We are high school. Wyatt Peden leads it off for Jay. Led off the 3rd inning with a double, one of just 2 hits so far against Hyatt Richardson in a very late swing on a curveball, strike 1. It'll be Sheehan and Starosta to follow. 0-1 coming. Breaking ball lined up the middle. That's a base hit. And Wyatt Peden is 2 for 2. So 2 of the 3 hits out of the 7-hole for the Royals. As you get another look. Nice short swing to the ball, and the table is set for Sheehan. Tying run at first for Jay, who this week are playing for something a little bit bigger than themselves. As the day before, as the bunt is pulled back and taken for a strike, the day before their regional final, a tornado struck the town of Jay and did a lot of damage to their area. And the team played a big part in the recovery process. Here's the 0-1, a bunt right back towards the mound. Richardson's only play is to first, and he'll make the throw on target. 1-3 on the sacrifice, moving Peden to second base. And the tying run is in scoring position for Starosta. Lowry due up after that. But the baseball players helped clean up, helped get their field and their campus ready for the regional final, in which they beat Paxton 3-1. So the day after that tornado hit their town, they still played that game and advanced to today's game with that win over Paxton. Runner breaks for third. It's rolled to second. Knocked down by Taylor, and the runner will stay at third. Everybody's safe. The go-ahead run is now on for Jay. So Taylor, who made a couple of great plays earlier, boots that one. As we get one more look, he was shaded so far the other way. Had to go to his bare hand side and could not make the play.
And now the second error of the game for the Hornets.
Allowing Peden to go to third. And Lowry, the shortstop, comes to the plate. Courtesy runner at first. I think that's Jacob Cannon. 14. It is Cannon. First pitch to Lowry is a high fastball taken for strike one. 60 pitches even now for Hyatt Richardson. Still 45 more to play with. Looking for 8 more outs, but right now the tying run is at third. 0-1. Looped down the right field line, but bending foul towards the tarp. Strike two. Middle infielders communicating, backing up a little bit to try and turn a double play. 0-2, fouled off, had to reach for the curved ball, and Lowry stays alive.
Excellent job there to fight off that pitch and live to see another for Jax Lowry. Huge spot here, trying to get the runner in from third with less than 2 outs.
Yeah, Richardson, the catcher, comes out to give the signs. Definitely an interesting strategic scenario on both sides. Tying run at third, go-ahead run at first for Jay. Hyatt comes home, and it's upstairs, ball one. Well-placed fastball right at the letters, but no offer from Jax Lowry.
And Williamson is in the gap in right center, and Cook, the right fielder, playing very shallow there.
Fastball up and in again, ball two. Jax's dad is an assistant coach on the team. Jeremy Lowry, one of Dwayne Raley's assistants. The pitch. Looped down the right field line, foul ground, and it's going to go into the netting. So it'll be a 7-pitch at-bat at a minimum here. Jax hit .422 in the regular season. Top batting average on the Royals team. Looking for their first state championship since 1970. The pitch. Lifted towards the right field line. Cook was playing that way, and he makes the catch. Runner tags and then stops as Cook makes a strong one-hop throw. So Peden came about a third of the way down the line to force the throw, but a good decision to go back. That's out number two.
And Cook was playing shallow and still had time to get behind that ball and basically a straight throw down the right field line. And good job by Peden to draw the throw, but more wisely to retreat back to third. He would have been dead to rights had he tried to score here as we get a replay of the throw, and perfect one-hopper.
Yeah, great positioning from the Hornets, and Cook got to the spot quickly. Here is McDonald, and he takes a curveball low for ball one. Well, there may not be any better chances today against Hyatt Richardson than this spot right here. 5th inning of a 7-inning game, tying run 90 feet away. 1-0 pitch, right down the middle, strike one. They are playing McDonald's the other way in an extreme fashion in center and right. Williamson and Cook shaded all the way around. The pitch. Up and in, trail runner goes, tries to get in a run down, but they won't make a throw. So Starosta is now in scoring position, and a single could give Jay the lead. Two balls, one strike. Here's the pitch. Tapped foul, got a curveball and bounces it. Strike two, got him in the foot.
Yeah, McDonald, fouling that one off of his front leg.
Big pitch here. What does Richardson go to? He's leaned on that breaking ball more and more as this game's gone along. About to throw his 70th pitch. Here it comes. Fastball line to right center field. Cook coming over, can't get it. It goes by him. Jay will take the lead. Throw goes to second on a bounce. It skips away. It's a 2-run double for Ethan McDonald, and the Royals jump back in front.
What a response here from the Jay offense. 2 hits in this inning, a sacrifice bunt, an error, a little bit of small ball there, and then the big hit, the 2-run double from the senior left fielder. And the shallow outfield alignment coming back to hurt the Hornets here.
Here's another look. Yeah, that did hurt them. Even if Cook in a deeper alignment may not have made the catch, but he could have played it on a bounce and at least stopped McDonald from getting to second. Not sure if he would have gotten the trail runner. But it's a 2-run double to make it 3-2 Royals. The batter is Baxley, and he swings over a slider for strike 1. So a big swing from Ethan McDonald, who's a .330 hitter. RBIs number 14 and 15 on the season for McDonald. From the stretch, Richardson deals, breaking ball, dribbled, third base side, tough play. Heron comes in, throws across his body, bounces the throw, and they got him at first. Heck of a play by Heron to get Richardson out of the inning, but Jay takes the lead. An error and 2 hits lead to a 3-2 Royals advantage as we move to the bottom of the 5th. Well, after the Jay Royals take the lead, we've got a pretty surprising pitching change here for Jay. After 4 innings, they're going to pull their ace, Landon Golden, and bring in Jax Lowry from shortstop to pitch.
Yeah, Lowry, 7 appearances this year, and 0.91 ERA on the season for Lowry. He's thrown just 15 1/3 innings, but 10 strikeouts and only 2 walks across that, so the command is excellent for the dual-threat shortstop who now takes over on the mound.
Yeah, we had Golden at 70 pitches, so still could have gone at least 1 more before hitting that limit. He's only a sophomore, so his limit would have been 95 today. As Garrett Taylor leads it off for Lafayette, now down by 1 with 9 outs left to work with. The pitch from Lowry is in for a strike. Morris is now at shortstop for Jay. He started the game at second base. 0-1, slider in the dirt, count evens up. Well, I feel like Coach Raley probably just felt like Lafayette had Golden's number. 8 hits through 4 innings, so wanting to make the move. This one lofted out to left. Backing up is McDonald. Wynn knocks it down, and he's there to make the catch. Taylor flies out, and there's 1 away in the bottom of the 5th. Hornets scored both of their runs in the 3rd, so it's 2 runs on 8 hits over 4 innings for Golden. Only 2 strikeouts for him today. The pitch home. And it's on the inside corner, strike 1 to Hyatt Richardson. The wind up in the 0-1. Drilled out towards left center, pretty deep. Sheehan on his horse, deep in the gap. He reaches out and makes a running catch. Outstanding play by Grayson Sheehan, taking what could have been a triple away from Richardson.
And that was a huge defensive play by the center fielder for out number 2. And we have several defensive changes here for Jay, as Hayden Morris is the new shortstop. Ethan McDonald is now at second base. Clay Norris moves to left field, and Landon Golden, the starting pitcher, is now in right field. So there are 4 new defensive alignments.
This one is hit out to second base. Easy play for McDonald, who flips over to first, and the inning is over. Neat and tidy 5th for Jax Lowry, who holds down the lead for the Royals as we go to the 6th at Hammond Stadium. Today's game is also available for subscribers via the NFHS Network Live mobile app for Apple and Android devices. Download the app from the Apple App Store or Google Play Store today to start watching live games wherever you are. John Vitas and Andrew Pauling with you from the Minnesota Twin Spring Training Complex, where the Jay Royals have just solidified a 3-2 lead as we begin the 8th inning. And Andrew, we mentioned the outstanding numbers from both starting pitchers, but Jay able to get to Hyatt Richardson despite his all-out domination this season. We did some digging on his game log, and for Hyatt Richardson in his last 29 innings pitched, he has allowed 1 earned run. That's an ERA even lower than his season ERA of 0.47. In that time, he has allowed only 7 hits, and he has struck out 35 batters.
Wow.
And he allows 3 runs here in the state semifinals. Here's the pitch home, and it's a swing and a foul tip held by the catcher, strike 1. So I think you really just have to tip your cap to these Jay hitters who have done a great job all day zeroing in on the high 80s fastball from Richardson. 0-1 is in the dirt, ball 1.
And especially with the pitching we're seeing in this matchup, all 3 arms we've seen have sub-1 ERAs, so we thought the hits would be a little harder to come by, but it turns out you shorten up a little bit and you just put together quality swings and good things are happening.
1-1 breaking ball, catches the inside corner, strike 2. Well, Richardson's a junior, so as long as he's 17 years old, he should be able to go all 7 innings here. 1-2, swing and a miss, got him with a curveball. That is only the 3rd strikeout for Richardson, and that there tells you just how good these Jay at-bats have been. Because he's a guy who averages close to 2 strikeouts per inning, and it's only his 3rd strikeout through 5 1/3. Here's Hayden Morris, who's now playing shortstop, and he takes one in the dirt for ball 1.
You know, Wyatt Peden has been the problem for Richardson today. He's led off 2 innings. He's led off both those innings with a hit and scored both times. As outside of Peden, the rest of the offense has been pretty quiet against Richardson.
1-0, chop towards 3rd, over the head of Heron and into left field. Hayden Morris has himself a single, and Jay tacks on another hit. Give them 5 now for the day.
Yeah, they had 2 hits in the 3rd and 5th innings, and then held hitless in the other 3 frames. It was 3 up and 3 down. So 2 innings with a run on the board, and then 3 shutdown innings from Richardson. A little bit of a mixed bag. But he has looked so good on the mound, though, overall. Just the stuff from up here at the high school level. You can tell how electric that arm is.
Now it's Golden, who started the game as the pitcher, and he takes one on the inside corner for strike 1. Oh, I think that might have been a ball, actually. Yeah, the catcher Richardson asking where that was. But ruled a ball to start off Golden. Richardson throws to first, not in time. Our first semifinal finished in 5 innings due to the mercy rule, 10-0. Bozeman able to defeat Trenton. Bozeman awaiting the winner of this game. That one lashed foul into the seats on the 3rd base side, strike 1. And that will be an advantage tomorrow. More hours of recovery. Although it looks like some of their players are still here watching this game. But still more hours off your feet. And an earlier start time today gives them more rest. Throw to first again, not in time. It'll be a 4 p.m. first pitch in the championship game tomorrow. Runner goes, pitch is high, throw goes through. It's on target, and they got him. A very late jump by Morris, and he is out, number 2.
And we see some of the Bozeman team sitting off behind home plate and some coaches there getting their scouting reports for tomorrow. That's part of the advantage of the early game is the hard part's out of the way. You already won your game as we get another look at the great throw to second base from Richardson. Nice tag by Bird for the 2nd out. But they have that luxury to sit here and be able to scout this game kind of pressure-free and just see what things they want to notice for tomorrow.
Looks like some of them have some ice cream down there as well.
Well deserved.
Not a bad deal. Here comes the 2-2. Breaking ball, sweeps low, and the count goes full.
Yeah, 10-0 win in this heat. I'd say you certainly deserve a little bowl of ice cream.
Great soft serve here at Hammond Stadium. Payoff pitch, drilled out to right and deep. Cook is going to get that one off his glove and rolling towards the warning track. Williamson over to help him out. It's going to be at least 3 for Golden. Here comes the relay, and they will finally hold him at third as the throw comes in. That'll be a triple for Landon Golden. And an insurance run is 90 feet away.
Yeah, big two-out hit there by the new right fielder Golden, who burns his counterpart Cook with the deep fly ball. And Cook almost made a spectacular leaping grab on that play. Williamson ends up having to back him up and field it off the wall in right field. That got a lot of glove and just kept moving anyway.
Boy, I thought that was well over his head, and he got back there to make a play on it. As that one's drilled out towards center, Williamson comes over, and he's there to bring it in and keep Jay off the scoreboard in the sixth. 2 hits, but nobody scores as the caught stealing from Braden Richardson proves important as the Lafayette Hornets come to bat after this. Lamb will lead it off here for Lafayette against Jax Lowry, who came in the fifth and quickly got 3 outs. He is their shortstop, so he's not going to be as crafty as Landon Golden, going right after guys trying to get some weak contact. It'll be Lamb, Girard, and Hewitt here in the 6th inning. Lamb is 1 for 2 today, a single, and he reached on an E6 as well. And the first pitch is low for ball 1. This has turned into an outstanding ball game. Lafayette down 1, 6 outs left to work with. Lowry with that glove tight to his face comes home, and it's rolled past the mound. Second baseman McDonald comes in. He's got it, and the throw to first is on target. 1 down in the 6th. 4 up, 4 down for Jax Lowry.
He's been so impressive coming over from shortstop and not missing a beat, taking over on the mound for Landon Golden.
So now it's Lathan Girard who grounded into a fielder's choice and struck out. Golden allowed 2 runs in 4 innings. Slider in for a strike from Lowry. We'll see how long they ride Lowry. Andrew mentioned it, only 15 innings on the season, but they are 15 terrific innings. 0-1 is a swing and a foul ball, strike 2. The other 3 pitchers for Jay, Ethan McDonald, a 1.30 ERA, but he's probably ticketed to start tomorrow if they get there. Brady Godwin and Caden Strength. Front door slider misses in for a ball. All of those guys have more innings than Lowry, but clearly they are trusting their shortstop Lowry, who's just a sophomore. On the way he's going, no reason to take him out. Here comes the 1-2. Swing and a miss. That one on the outside edge. Had to go for it with 2 strikes, and Girard strikes out swinging. And only 4 outs left for Lafayette to work with.
And Lowry, I'm sure the reason he's only thrown 15 in the 3rd innings is because he's had to spend so much time on the infield. We get another look here as he picks up his first strikeout, just blowing that one by Girard.
First pitch fouled off by Hewitt. So here's the DH in the 8-hole. The other way to think about this, too, if you're Lafayette, even if you don't score here, you want to get the meat of your order up in the 7th. Swing and a miss, strike 2. And right now, if Hewitt is retired, they'll only have 9-1-2 up, which is Braden Richardson and J.T. Cook. Garrett Taylor and Hyatt Richardson would not get a chance if Lowry can get him in order, as that pitch is in the dirt, 1-2. So that's kind of the goal here, too, is get Taylor and Hyatt Richardson to the plate. Two of your best hitters.
Need to find a way to extend this inning past the minimum.
1-2 from Lowry. Swing and a miss. Got him on a slider, breaking away. It's in the dirt. They'll have to make the throw, and it gets down to first in plenty of time, and it's a perfect inning for Jax Lowry, who is now retired 6 in a row in relief. The J Royals are 3 outs away as we go to the 7th in Fort Myers.
Today's event is available to download. Just click the digital copy button under the event video player to download a digital copy of the event right on your computer.
Well, this may be a memorable event for the J Royals if they can get 3 more outs without surrendering a run. The 2-run rally in the 5th right now is the difference. Jay was down 2-1. They now lead 3-2. There was a fielding error in that inning by Taylor, and then the big swing by McDonald are kind of the 2 moments that stick in our mind. So Grayson Sheehan will lead it off, 8-9-1 for Jay. Of course, an insurance run here would be very helpful for the Royals. Hyatt Richardson, by our unofficial count, is at 84 pitches through 6, as the first one is fought off for strike 1. So again, assuming he's 17, which most juniors at this point of the year are, he has 20 more bullets to work with. And of course, you get to finish the batter even if you go over the limit. There's a strike on the outside corner, 0-2. Now, in a lot of games, they haven't needed him to go the full 7. He's only gone 7 innings once all season. That pitch is inside. That was against Union County on May 2nd, so just 2 weeks ago. Gave up 1 run in that game, struck out 7. Next pitch is up high for ball 2. A lot of outings of either 5 or 6 innings for Richardson, but only 1 7-inning complete game. 2-2. Up and in and all the way to the backstop, ball 3. Richardson winds, a payoff pitch. Upstairs, ball 4. And Andrew, he might just be barely starting to run out of steam.
Yeah, that's the first walk issued of the game by Richardson. That was his 3rd full count, and he was ahead early and just was not able to finish off the batter there, as we'll have a meeting on the mound now.
Yeah, Tim Hansen out to have a chat with the 9-hole hitter and catcher Sorosta coming up. 90 pitches by our count now for Richardson, who has been their ace all year, statistically one of the best pitchers in all of Florida. But it's not been his best performance, and it's really not his fault. I just feel like Jay has taken so many quality at-bats and have continued to chip away against his high velocity.
Yeah, 3 runs on 6 hits against him, and 3 of those are extra base hits, 2 doubles and a triple by the Royals. And yeah, he's looked great. The stuff has been there, but yeah, 6 hits and 3 runs for him is definitely uncharted territory with the incredible regular season and postseason that he has had to this point.
So Sorosta steps in, 1 on, nobody out. Third baseman Heron comes in on the grass expecting a bunt. They do square, and it's put down first base side. Richardson gets a tough hop and flips to first for the out. 1-3 on the sacrifice, and Sheehan, the insurance run, is now in scoring position.
I was surprised that the Royals didn't bring, or the Hornets, excuse me, didn't bring the whole infield in for that conversation. Just with it being at a bunt spot in the lineup, you would expect that they want to go over that with everybody, but it was just the 2 Richardsons out there along with Tim Hansen.
So now Lowry, the pitcher, at the plate. Richardson from the stretch comes home. Bunt, stabbed at, missed it, strike 1.
And both corner infielders were a good 3 or 4 steps behind the bag. So for Lowry, that was an attempt at a bunt hit right there. And now they'll both move up at least even with the bags.
Sheehan, the center fielder, running at second base. Crouched low in that lead. The pitch. Hammered out to left field pretty deep. The wind will knock it down to Girard, who waits for it and makes the catch. Hit well by Lowry, but that's out number 2.
And with the wind blowing across the field from left to right, that's not one where you're going to be able to push it through that steady wind. It's been pretty consistent the entire game in that fashion.
So it's all left to Ethan McDonald, who had the big swing in his last at-bat, a 2-run double to give Jay the lead. Will play college basketball next year, heavily recruited college basketball player. First pitch, line towards first, through the glove of Lamb and down the right field line. Here comes Sheehan. He will score. McDonald does it again. A 3 RBI game for Ethan McDonald, and Jay tacks on a run to make it 4-2.
And both of those run-producing hits to the opposite field. The senior with an excellent approach, not trying to do too much with guys in scoring position, just happy to shoot one the other way.
Another look, let that ball get deep. Lamb, that's going to be a hit all the way. Might have had a chance to stab it if he left his feet, but not a lot of time to react. as Baxley steps in with McDonald at first base. The pitch, sliced foul into the seats, 0-1.
That's one that I'm sure Lamb wishes he had back, or more so that he was a step over to the side and able to body that one up instead of having to just try for the hero reach across his body on the backhand.
The most runs that Hyatt Richardson has allowed in a game all season. That one comes up and in, and he drills Baxley, and now there's 2 men on base. He gave up 3 runs, 2 earned on March 7th against Newberry. That was one of the 2 losses this year for Lafayette. In every other outing this season, he has allowed 1 earned run or less. And now a chance for even more with 2 on and 2 out, and the cleanup man Godwin at the dish.
And credit to both lineups. Just because the pitchers have dominant numbers doesn't mean you can't put together quality plate appearances and be able to chip away and have big innings against them.
And now Godwin gets plunked, and the bases will be loaded. Back-to-back pitches riding inside and hitting Jay batters, and they're juiced for Hayden Morris.
And Richardson just might be out of gas in the tank at this point. Leadoff walk to start the inning, the single from McDonald, and then back-to-back hit batters, and you want him to be able to record the final out here, but needs to refine that command that he had so well through the first 6 frames.
Now, I have him at 98 pitches right now, so 7 more until he hits the limit. But in terms of fatigue, he may have already hit the limit.
And sometimes that happens when you're just at the end of an outing and you need that last little kick of adrenaline from somewhere in your core, as he's just gripping to find the last couple of pitches he needs to get through this one.
First pitch to Morris. Chop towards the middle. Backing up to get it is Bird. He'll take it to the bag himself to end the inning. So Lafayette gets out of the bases loaded jam with no further damage, but the McDonald single makes it 4-2 as the Royals look to punch their ticket to the state championship game when we come back. Last chance for the Lafayette Hornets, 23-2 in the regular season, but their season hangs in the balance as they trail 4-2 going into the bottom of the 7th. It'll be Williamson, Braden Richardson, and J.T. Cook to come to bat against Jax Lowry, a guy who started the game at shortstop and now is into a 3rd inning in relief. First pitch to Williamson is on the outside. Nope, ruled ball 1. Umpire turned but didn't make the call. The pitch is outside, ball 2 to Williamson. Garrett Taylor due up 4th, Hyatt Richardson due up 5th. If you can get those guys to the plate, you're feeling a lot better if you're the Hornets. That one fouled back, strike 1.
And these are the hardest 3 outs of the game to get, the final 3. But for Lowry, 6 up and 6 down, he needs to just keep doing what he was doing. Get the heart rate down and don't let the inning become a little too big.
That is Brady Godwin getting loose. He's the DH for Jay. 2-1. Check swing. They ring him. Nope. They say he didn't go. Ball 3. I thought on the point from the home plate umpire that it was a called strike, but they appeal and say no swing on Williamson. 3-1 coming. And it's a strike. Just barely got the knees. The count is full. There's Lowry. Dialed in and working fast. Payoff pitch. On the inside corner, strike 3. It looked like it may have been fading off the plate, but Lowry gets the call, and there's 1 down in the 7th.
That's 3 straight Ks now for Jax Lowry, who got the final 2 batters swinging in the 6th and then gets a backwards K here to start the 7th.
A tough call if you're Williamson. Might have been just a hair off the plate. As Braden Richardson, the catcher, steps in. First pitch to him is a strike at the knees. Braden, a .357 hitter coming into today. One of their best bats, the leadoff man. 0-1. Rolled towards the middle. Over the bag and kicks off the bag and dribbles into right center field. Down by 2, no reason to take a risk. It's a 1-out single for Braden.
Yeah, Richardson now 2 for 3 with a walk. He's reached 3 times out of the leadoff spot for the Hornets.
There's another look, perfectly placed up the middle, caroming off the bag. And now J.T. Cook will come to the plate. They need one more base runner to start to get tricky with it. Cook the batter. First pitch, swing and a miss, strike one. But how big does that insurance run look right now?
Oh, it's completely changes the mindset here in this inning. And for Richardson, I think both of his hits went off the second base bag, if I remember correctly, back to the early innings.
I think so. Swing and a miss, strike two. If it was a one-run game, Andrew, you'd probably be bunting here with Cook to set the table for Taylor. But instead, he's behind 0-2. Richardson takes his lead at first. Lowry dialed in on the batter. And he got him. Another breaking ball from Lowry. And there's two down in the seventh. The Lafayette Hornets down to their final out with the season on the line. It's going to be Garrett Taylor as you look at the replay once more.
I just got him to chase down and out.
Trying to do a little too much in a big spot. And now Garrett Taylor at the plate as the tying run for the Hornets. Lowry fires, and it's a swing and a foul ball, strike one. Got it off the very end of the bat there. Lowry set. The 0-1 to Taylor. Inside on the back foot, ball one. Hornets got a couple of shutout wins, but the pitching hasn't quite been as dominant today. Jay with a 4-2 lead here in the seventh inning. The pitch. Breaking ball, sinks low, ball two on Taylor.
At the start of this game, I would not have expected us to have 16 combined hits here in the bottom of the seventh as well.
Yeah, both starting pitchers with ERAs below 1 on the season. 2-1 pitch. Hit sharply towards the hole. That's a base hit under Baxley's glove and into right field. And just like that, the Lafayette Hornets are alive. Down to their last out, Garrett Taylor comes through with a single. And now Hyatt Richardson has a chance to give his team an opportunity to either tie or take the lead.
And we've seen some great swings from Garrett Taylor today. He's now 3 for 4 with 3 singles and a run scored, and he'd love to score the tying run here.
First and second, 2 outs. Tying run is at first base. That is Taylor. Winning run at the plate in Hyatt Richardson. First pitch. Hit the third and caught. Peden snags it. And the J Royals are moving on to the state championship game. That would have likely scored the tying run had it gotten by. But Peden, who had 2 hits on the other side of the scorecard, able to reach up and snare the final out.
And there's a look at it again. He hit it right on the screws, but right into the glove of Peden. And if that ball gets down the left field line, as you said, John, this game is likely tied. And instead it ends on a hard line out, and what a well-fought contest between these two teams.
Yeah, the J Royals came to play against one of the best pitchers in the state, and they beat them to improve to 18-10. They came into the tournament ranked 257th in the state by the computer system that they use with the FHSAA, but they are playing much better than that right now as Lafayette's season ends at 23-3. Our Academy Sports and Outdoor Player of the Game is Ethan McDonald, who drove in 3 runs over the last 3 innings to put Jay in front, and they win it by a final score of 4-2. Andrew and I will have the call of the 1A championship game tomorrow. It'll be Bozeman versus Jay in an all-panhandle matchup here at the FHSAA Championship. A 4 o'clock start tomorrow. We hope you can join us then. For our entire NFHS Network team, I'm John Vitas saying so long from Fort Myers as the J Royals knock off Lafayette.